Your bills, your groceries, your repairs, and the emotional labor. You're holding them all like a deck of cards. But where's your breath? Where's your stress? Hi, my name is Jesse, and in this powerful episode, I'm going to show you the pressure to provide and what that looks like. 3 ways to lead your family without losing yourself. Now, before I get started, I want to welcome you. If this is your first time watching me, welcome and watching this channel. And I'd like to invite you to subscribe if you haven't already. Just come down here, hit the subscribe button, hit all. And what that allows is all my notifications, it allows all of my content in notifications to be available to you. All right, so let's get after it. Your worth isn't within your wallet, Your worth isn't based upon what's in your wallet. And as that fish jumped there, I want to make sure that you know that you add value even on your worst financial day. You see, on your worst financial day, however that looks, all your kids and your wife see is your feelings. They don't really know what that means to you, to be in the financial conundrum that you're in, or maybe not. But here's the thing with that. You don't got to worry about that so much, other than the fact that you're going to take responsibility for it. The fact is, your worth is not dependent upon the financial value. You add so much emotional value to your household. You add presence to your household. You add structure and strength. See, these are things that are quite often lost in quantification when it comes to you and knowing what you're worth. It's not always a balance sheet or a ledger. You're allowed to pause. You're allowed to take breaks. Rest isn't weak. It's actually smart. It's actually really smart to take breaks. And that doesn't mean that you're lazy. However, I want to caution you on this one. When you find yourself within the struggle of that, rest and not getting out of it, that's when you got to ask somebody to support you or for some help. Leadership means sustainability, not sacrifice. Okay. What does that mean? Don't burn out to keep the lights on. You don't have to cater to everyone else's needs when it comes to people pleasing. I want you to think about the things that your kids get to feel on their own. How many times have I, in situations, felt like I needed to control the outcome of how my kids felt? And how sometimes I catch myself doing that and what that feels like. And I go, hold on, Jesse. You're a coach. Yet you're in this situation where you're doing it. Interesting. So how do you get out of this? Your kids get to feel the struggle. That's how they learn what this looks like, so that they can feel what it feels like to have that memory of the emotion of what that is, to not have to do that again or feel that way again, whatever it is. And burning yourself out just to keep the lights on, that only ends in crisis. That only ends in illness. That only ends with you feeling resentful. I did. Felt resentful because I felt like I had to pander to everyone's needs, because I felt it was my responsibility to keep them happy. But what I was realizing within the people-pleasing parts of that is there was something that I felt that I lacked. I needed the applause, the reaction from somebody else based on what I did for them in order to feel loved. Now, that is a dangerous game, because it gets you burnout, it gets you resentment, and it also again gets you illness within your body. You have control of that. I did, and I found it. And I find it in moments, like I said, I remember what that's like. All right. Now what I want you to do now is I want you to comment. I lead and I breathe. I lead and I breathe. If you felt the pressure, but still stay present. And even if you didn't stay present and you realize where you are now and you're like, Jesse, Coach Jesse knows what he's saying. Okay, that resonates with me. I want to touch on a comment as well that one of my viewers mentioned about the perpetuation of feeling forced to be content and what that looks like online. Look, I have my days. I had my day the other day. 2 days ago, I felt so defeated that I felt like quitting within my business. And that was one of 397 of them where I was feeling like, well, this is going to be the one that's going to be the one that ends it. Although I had 396 of them, business days, to show how successful I was. And I have a great responsibility to my friends and my family, as well as my kids and myself. And if I let one represent that failure to just quit, man, that's not it. The point is, I get to have feelings too, and it doesn't always go the way that I want it to go. But I trust God's plan. I trust what's going on. And I have my moments. I have my moments. I'm not always content. Always doesn't exist, and neither does never. Oftentimes we say those things. All right. So I'm going to leave you with those things to think about. But I really want you to think about your next step. Is it going to be a valiant one? Yes, it is. Make the decision to go to thevaliantlifestyle.com and book that 30-minute call. It's complimentary, it's on me, and I bet you have some really good ideas on how to move forward with your life. Let's do this. Thanks for watching.